Okay, shalom everybody. We're going live with Baruch Hashem here right now at the Medina's house. I want to thank the family for hosting this class. We're going to have right after Musar. If you have any questions, I can see the camera, so you can send questions, and I'll try to take a look and try to answer the questions. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam she'akol nihyo b'dvaro. Amen. Okay, so we ended up last time talking about different situation when we can break Shabbat and when we cannot break Shabbat. We've learned already it's not so simple. And we are dealing now with people that needs to take medication. As we mentioned before, not everything is permitted on Shabbat. People get very sensitive about it, thinking that, what do you mean? It's I feel bad, I have headache. Okay, so we have to find out what stage. If you have a light headache, it's no big deal. There's no reason to take medications on Shabbat. Okay, and the best advice I can give everybody, is as long as you follow Torah and mitzvot, you'll be blessed. God bless you. There won't need, medication. It's up to Hashem to decide if you need refuah that way or another. So you don't lose if you keep Torah and mitzvot. Okay? Now, there's a case that people have, let's say, a toothache. Okay? They have pain. It's sometimes it's very bad, sometimes it's light. Now, yeah, so people comes with, grandmas or natural medications, remedies, right? So one says, I want to use arak. So I want to use cognac, whiskey, whatever, some type of alcoholic beverage. And the question is, someone drink this beverage for the sake of refuah, remedy, as a medicine. Can you do that? Yes. Or for the sake of l'chaim, and by the way, it'll help. And let me tell you, you won't believe it. Right. Happens to me more than once that I have sore throat a little bit, and I killed it early, not on Shabbat necessarily, with very simple medicine. One of them, I think the best, is the gargling salt water, and it kills the bacteria right on the spot. And the other one is using garlic and vodka. Also turns out that kills the bacteria if you catch it right before, right? Or right at the beginning. Anyways, so we have an issue that someone suffers from a slight toothache on Shabbat. Can he take medication to relieve the pain? So the halacha says he may not take medicine to relieve the pain unless he has been taking them during the week. He has to continue. And we're talking about painkillers, not antibiotic. Antibiotic, it's obvious that you have to take, you don't stop.
Oh, okay. This is a pain pill. Okay.
Now, so the halacha says, what about the alcoholic beverages? So the halacha says that he may drink arak, or cognac. However, even if his purpose is only to relieve his pain, since this is not apparent to an observer. What does that mean? Everybody drinks every once in a while. Well, I hope every once in a while. Right? So some people, it's a mitzvah to drink every day. I don't know why, but I think it's a mitzvah. There's no mitzvah to drink alcohol during the week. It's a mitzvah to drink some wine on Shabbatot, holidays. That's a mitzvah. But if you think you're making a mitzvah by getting drunk and making fool of yourself and bothering people around you, this is very bad sin. You're not making any mitzvah. Also, this halacha, and B'ezrat Hashem will get to it, I hope soon, in the laws of Purim. Because the laws of Purim, one of the laws, one have to drink in order to feel a little bit lightheaded, for simcha, for joy, to have joy on Purim day, right? B'ezrat Hashem, we'll get to it, we'll see what's the amount, what about women, if they're permitted, not permitted. Basically, bottom line, women are permitted to drink alcohol, no problem. But a woman as man has to be careful. They know the limits. If your man drinks 2 cups of wine and he's still okay, you don't have to follow it. You know your limit. Drink a little bit for the sake of the mitzvah, sometimes to say baracha, and that's it. Right? Therefore, one that wants to drink alcohol to relieve the pain, he may not hold the liquor in his mouth longer than is usual, and he may not swish it about in his mouth and then spit it out. So there is also a way to drink this alcohol beverage. For then, it will be obvious that he is using it as a medical treatment. Likewise, this person may not drink vinegar to relieve his pain, since it is obvious that he is doing so as a medical treatment.
Would you fall under the same understanding about...
Is the air conditioning works?
Yeah. Same idea.
I get it right to the face, if you can a little bit.
Oh.
If you can take it off, it's better. What's your question? I'm sorry?
And isn't it like, it falls into the same idea that, like aspirin, people take it to prevent, okay? Because it's something that people use, even
Right.
healthy people.
Right.
Same thing will, what would be the difference? You have it in your mouth, you
Okay, the difference is you take aspirin because...
Not that you spit it, but that you drink it even after you wish.
Okay, it's a good question. There is a big difference. The difference is, number one, is that you're taking the aspirin in order to prevent. Okay, it's preventing medicine. Here, you already have the pain. Mm-hmm. And you take it as a medicine. Right. Okay? So that's the difference between the two. You wouldn't take it, or you didn't swish it in your mouth. Because why are you doing this? Only because you have the pain. You try to kill the bacteria or whatever you want to do. Aspirin is something that people take regularly. Either they need it to thin their blood, or they don't need to thin the blood. So,
Would you fall also on the Omer Shabbat?
Okay, so if we get to the point,
it's gonna be bothering you.
Right, if you're talking to the point that is bothering you, and you won't have Oneg Shabbat, therefore, then in this case you may swish it in your mouth. You can take it as a medication, because you can take even a regular painkiller. Okay? If he suffers from severe pain, however, he may hold the liquor in his mouth. If he afterwards swallows it, if the pain is so severe that he feels weak throughout his body, he may even swish beer in his mouth and then spit it out. Alternatively, he may apply cloves extract on the affected tooth for its anesthetic qualities. You see, you already have a recommendation. The cloves, the Yemenites use it all the time. I remember as I was a child, my mom used to take, what's wrong here? We don't have a doctor appointment in 2 days, till then, just kills the... And they've been doing it for years, decades. It's well known. And it's very good. And I'll give you another tip in a second. If he is bedridden with pain, he may even take painkillers on Shabbat. You know, these, the cloves, just regular cloves. Yeah. There's a lot of benefits in them. Okay? It's some type of antibiotic, natural antibiotic. And I'm telling you this as a fact, and I've checked it myself. How did I check that? If you've been in my house for Shabbat, what do I use for tea? I had a special tea kettle, right? Teapot or whatever you want to call it. So we prepare before Shabbat with different type of herbs in it, and we put sometimes tea bags or sometimes black tea or whatever we have available. Okay. So I've tried it with cloves and without cloves. For the mixing herbs, when I don't use cloves, within I would say 2, 3, 4th day the most, you get bacteria on the tea bags. Guaranteed. You lift it, you see these spots. When I put cloves, don't get disgusted by it, but it happens to me more than once, that I forget it for over almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I don't know why, it's not winter, not everybody drinks tea. And it still smells fresh. Wow. Once even my wife asked me if I did a new one. Because the cloves are keep it so fresh, it kills any bacteria. And imagine what you do to your body. It goes in and cleans the body. It kills any type of bacteria it touches.
It's called cloves?
Cloves. Okay? If you take one piece and you put it in it a little bit spicy, a little bit...
Clavos.
Called clavos in Espanol. You put it in your mouth, and you can suck it a little bit. Yeah. You can do it even if you don't have. Usually I'm carrying with me. Today I don't carry with me. I left it on my computer at home. You have some? Yeah. No, I'm talking about the itself. Oh, yeah, the one we have in the synagogue that we smell. Let me show it, people.
If you grab one and put it in your tooth.
The one that looks like a little nail.
This is the one.
And hold it there.
This is the one. Everybody to see. Where is the camera?
This one?
Here it is.
Yeah.
Cut it and put it one on your tooth. Just hold
Here
it
it is.
with your mouth closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it.
Okay.
Like a little bit spicy.
It's called cloves. It's very good. Put it in your mouth.
In your teeth.
If you want to know if they're fresh, the more they're black they are, they're fresh. If they see they are losing, they become brown. But it still has power.
Put it on the teeth and bite it?
Yeah, put it on your side, between the teeth and the gum.
You'll see.
And every time, a little bit, little bit, it's spicy. Okay, anyways. Okay. So, people do that usually on the weekdays. You can continue doing it on Shabbat. Okay? That's one, by the way, we've used it for Motzei Shabbat, Saturday night. We can use it as a Borei Atzeh B'Samim, Beracha. Blessings, okay?
Oh, my tongue's already not.
You see what it is?
Okay, very good. See, the Medinas has it. This one looks like, this one is black.
Wow.
So,
the black one.
do you feel the?
Yeah. My tongue. My tongue.
That's good. Jesse has enough time. Talk less.
Wow. Give him more.
I'm not sure about that too.
This has other stuff in it too, that's why it's brown. Because it has cinnamon.
Right. So you can add it, you can add it also a little, if you grind it in a coffee grinder, put it in the freezer. Every time you can add it to a cake. Mm-hmm. To some people add a little bit to the chamin, chulent, to the tea, the coffee, anything, okay? If you can put it to your eye a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't put it in.
No wonder they call it the king of spices.
Yeah,
it's called the king of spice.
Okay. I didn't know that. You know why it's called king? Because it looks like crown.
Yeah.
It has a crown around it.
King of spice.
Level things that they had.
You can smell it. You go into a store that sells tablinim. Wow.
Okay.
You can smell this.
I love it.
Right.
And we use it in my family for decades. Anyways, so going back to the halacha. So this is something we may do, and you may put, some people, I don't like, I had a bad experience, I bought the oil, it's called the clove extract. Maybe I got the wrong one, I don't know, I got one out of eBay, I didn't like it, so I tried it once, and I went back to my original, using the original, but you can try. You can try the oil. I didn't like it. It's better always to get the fresh one and grind it yourself. Okay, if you want to put it in your mouth, put the whole one. You have it?
Yeah,
you feel? Take a deep breath. It's going to kill the smoking. Okay. Next, what will be the case that someone has in his mouth pus?
Pus.
Oh.
Okay, a big pus.
Yeah.
An excessive amount of pus. Abscess, pus. Okay, it's called mugla. Mugla in Hebrew. Like Mowgli?
Yeah.
But mugla. Mugla, it's a pus, it's abscess. Sometimes you need to desecrate Shabbat for it. Remember, teeth can go to the heart.
Right.
Is
Dangerous. Throat.
it connected also to the eye?
Heart. Could be. It's the same system.
Yeah, it's a nerve.
You have to be very careful. So if an excessive amount of pus has accumulated in one's gum on Shabbat or in another body, even it starts earlier, right? It starts earlier than that, before Shabbat, or another body injury, and it might be dangerous, one should consult with a doctor. Sometimes it may be necessary to desecrate the Shabbat in order to treat it. Okay, so don't take these kind of things lightly. Not everything can be weighed for Shabbat. The rule is, if you have a doubt, treat it as you need to desecrate. If you know for sure, and we'll talk about Be'ezrat Hashem. If you know for sure that this is no big deal, so wait.
You wake up Shabbat morning before Shabbat and you have a pimple in your nose. Cheek is
So hold on one second. Someone sent me no audio, no video.
No audio, no video.
Well, do you have it
Doug.
connected?
Yeah,
You think no, so you can speak?
yeah.
Oh, is it on? Is the on
Yeah.
right there? Let me see.
Doug sent me no audio, no video.
No, it is.
There is.
Maybe it's him.
Yeah, it's him. Tell him to try.
Can you ask him? Someone text him. Text Doug
Yeah.
that everything is fine. Okay. Michal says, I'm talking live audio, maybe is your internet. Okay, Toda Rabba. They already communicate with him. Okay. So, tell Doug just to go live. Put it in the group message. Fine. Questions?
Shabbat morning you wake up, you have a pimple. Big one. It looks ugly.
In the mouth, inside, outside?
No, in the nose.
In the nose, okay.
Everybody can see it. Can you lance it out? Can you pop it?
No.
Why?
You can't do this kind of treatment on Shabbat.
Mm-hmm.
One, because you do treatment on Shabbat. Number two, it may bleed.
Okay.
You know, you need to be very careful. It's called hovel. Hovel, it's like when you hurt someone and he bleeds, havel tabo. You desecrate the Shabbat by shedding blood out of him. So this is why the halacha says, it's permitted for some people to brush their teeth unless they know they have a very weak gums. And they know when they brush, the blood comes out. They should not brush their teeth on Shabbat the regular way, the regular fashion. What they have to do, either put on their finger or gargle some type of water with the liquid, and with the Listerine or something like that. I don't want to advertise Listerine. I'm still negotiating pricing with Ed and with them.
Mouthwash.
Yeah,
Mouthwash, right.
Yeah.
Please, when you add the video, when they say Listerine, beep, put the beep, okay? Thank
You're
you.
not getting paid for it.
Okay, so you have to be careful with that. Next. What if someone feels pains and he knows he needs to pull out the teeth? He says, I want to go to a doctor. There's a doctor office, works on Shabbat, and I want to go, it's right across the street. I'm with my kippah, after shul, before kiddush, I stop by his shop, I said, listen, I need you to pull up my teeth. On Shabbat. Can you do that?
He has pain? He can't stand it? Or
Yes, he has pain. We're talking about the case that he has pain. If no, he can, of course.
Pain?
Yeah.
Okay, would we say yes?
Yeah, he has a terrible toothache. So you can treat it,
the pain
or you can numb it, or you can pull it out. You can choose. He wants to pull it out.
No, I would say no because of the blood that you said. You know,
He can.
He can.
he can.
Well, I mean, I would imagine you would have to go. You can't stand it. It's an emergency. It is an emergency. If it's an emergency, it's an emergency.
Okay.
If it's not an emergency, why?
So the Shama say yes,
If it's
and Jesse say no. If someone has a terrible toothache, but it is certain that there is no danger to him, it is permissible to go to a non-Jewish dentist and ask him to extract the infected tooth.
Oh, it's infected. I didn't know it was infected. That's
So why do you thought it's... this is so even if the pain does not affect his entire body. You know, I don't know if someone suffers from asthma, you have the
Yes.
pain here, and you feel your toes hurt.
Yeah.
You can walk, you don't want to do it yourself. Okay, in this case it's not that severe, and yet it's permitted to go to a doctor to pull it out. The patient may also assist the dentist by holding his mouth in position to be treated. So you need to cooperate. You can't cooperate. You can't tell him, you know what, I'm going to lay down and you do whatever you need. You need to cooperate. Because he wants to minimize the Shabbat desecrating. So you don't want to really to cooperate. Yes, you can do it.
He doesn't drive, he walks.
Yes.
He does it.
Assisting in this manner does not count in the halacha. Nevertheless, he should not instruct the dentist to perform acts of melacha that are forbidden to Jews by the Torah. He may instruct him only to perform acts that are forbidden to Jews by our sages. For example, okay, if the person's pain has become unbearable to the point where painkillers are useless and there is no non-Jewish dentist available, he may go to a Jewish dentist to treat him as it is needed, since this could become a life-threatening situation.
Yeah.
So it could be a doctor that he is on call, he is in the hospital, or he even works on Shabbat. He has a clinic on Shabbat, unfortunately. We'll talk about it Be'ez Hashem today in the Musar class. What's up with these guys that works on Shabbat? They told me, we're making money. I'm making pretty good money on Shabbat. What do you want me to do? I have to pay the bills, I have to do this, I have to do that. We'll talk about them soon. Stay tuned. Someone who has had tooth extracted or who has infected gums may not gargle with brine or sodium bicarbonate, unless he is bedridden with pain. Since this is obviously for medical. Someone sent me a message. We have to fix it later. Someone sent me a message, and all of a sudden it stopped the broadcasting.
I can.
But don't worry about it. I'm
No,
back.
saying I can
We have to
read it.
fix it later. Okay. Next question. We're going to do one more halacha, and then we move to the. What time is it?
8:03.
Okay. One or more to halachot. Now, this is very common one. Okay. Many people suffers from heartburns, and there is tricks and ways. I mean, pharmaceutical way, or there is a natural way. But both, one wants to use either one to remove the heartburn. Okay? So, what's the halacha? If someone says, I want to eat fresh, cucumber. It has a good, it's a very good solution to kill the heartburn. Or apples. Or schog, for example. No, schog.
Pears. Apples and pears also.
He's the one that caused that.
Right. Schog, chocolate, wine, whiskey, alcohol, spicy things. What is it? Sour. Okay. Sour, not sour, I'm sorry. So what will be the case? If someone suffers from heartburn on Shabbat, he may eat raw cucumbers or some other vegetables for relief. and even if he does so only for medical benefits. Why? Well, everybody will see him eat cucumber. So everybody else eats, right?
Apple, same way.
Okay. So the thing he likes to eat. You don't show that you are doing a special treatment on Shabbat.
Okay, so that's the whole point of everything.
Okay. Since healthy people eat these foods as well, our sages did not forbid using these treatments on Shabbat. This is particularly so since it is not clear whether heartburn is considered an illness at all, and some poskim permitted one even to drink baking soda solution for relief based on this. There are poskim who ruled that it is forbidden to drink this solution since healthy people never drinks it. The best course of action is to mix the solution in a cup of tea and to drink it slowly. So they see, everybody will see you, whoever see you, the onlooker will see someone drinks tea.
But carbonated drinks are like mineral water. Any mineral water has this.
Yeah, but he needs a large amount. He probably needs a large amount.
With one bottle, that's it.
Okay, if you say so, no problem. Maybe we conclude this with the following halacha. Huh?
Topo Chico.
What is it?
It's brand.
Okay. There's some people that have the nature to sweat a lot during the summer, and they ask if they can put in their armpit or in the feet a talcum, the powder, on Shabbat. In the Israeli army, we used it a lot. So you can walk, it makes the place dry, because if you had it some places, it can actually eliminate you. You won't be able to do anything. And I remember, I used to be, I'm still, but not now, a paramedic in the Israeli army, so I had soldiers coming to me after long walking for a day or two, and I have to treat them with a special, it's called fungicide. You have fungicide here?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. If you get to this point, preventing medicine is the best. You put the talcum, it can help, and it can prevent a lot of problems. But you get to the point, you take the fungicide, oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I loved it because we had to have a lot of fun with it. I always told to the patient, this is the best, it's really the best. We give it to them, we give them instruction, and let them go to the restroom. It was in the clinic.
You would hear them cry.
Oh, we were waiting for the screams, because at first you put it, and you wait, it takes 3 to 5 seconds. You would hear them, hey, I'm putting, I don't feel anything, should I put more? Screaming, but he kills it. He dries it. It's the best.
Wow.
So, can they do that on Shabbat? Put in talcum. So the halacha, we conclude with that. It is permissible for someone who perspires exceedingly in the summer to spread, just say sweat a lot. What is this? To spread talcum powder on those parts of his body, or his body, not his body, Fred. Okay? Where the sweat accumulates. Even if he has a skin condition that itches him, and the talcum powder relieves him from that itching. It is nevertheless permitted, since the medical reason for using the powder is not obvious to an observer. You see how much the halacha repeats itself to the observer, to the onlooker. So you have to be very careful with things we do. If someone will learn from you wrong halacha, sometimes you won't even notice. He will do this halacha for many years. He will teach his children. It's on your head.
Yep.
Furthermore, healthy people use talcum powder as well. It is permissible to put this powder in one's shoes as well to absorb the feet sweat, and one may spread it on the skin if an infant who urinates excessively. Okay, so this is something for people who have children knows that pretty well. Let's say that we stopped at page 81 halacha 86. We will ask Be'ezrat Hashem, next time we'll discuss very interesting things. Someone has a bad breath and you want to know if you can spray, kill the bacteria or the bad breath. If this is called medication, doing medication, using medicines on Shabbat, or wants to put oil or cream the hands of Shabbat. Many don't know this halacha, and many don't put, or many does. We'll see if it's permitted or not. Toda Rabba, we're going to the next class in 5 minutes.